Many people think Chinese characters are very difficult because they don't understand the logic behind their creation. Thousands of years ago, humans observed nature and created these characters, which are still used today. Come back with me to those ancient times to figure out this logic. You walk in the forest. You find many animals, such as cows, sheep, horses, pigs, dogs, cats, wolves, deer, tigers, lions, elephants, and others. You notice that they crawl on the ground and walk on 4 legs. Only humans can walk upright on 2 legs, and our hands are free. Based on this shape, you created the Chinese character for 人 means people or person. You wrote it like this. This is the head. This is the arm. And this is the body and legs. Because there were no computers, cell phones, or paper and pens in those days, you found some cow bones and turtle shells that were flat. So you used a sharp stone to carve the symbol for 人. This is the Oracle bone script. In my videos, from now on, I'll call it bone characters. A long time later, after the bone characters period, humans were able to cast objects using metals, mainly copper, so other, better smooth surfaces were discovered, and words were cast on the surface of metal objects. This is bronze inscription, because copper is golden before it rusts, so it's called golden writing in Chinese. In my videos, I'll call them metal characters. The metal characters for 人 look like this. Metal characters and bone characters look very similar. What I am showing you now is the text on the bronzeware. What would ancient people write thousands of years ago? Take this ding as an example. A normal ding is a large pot used for cooking at home. It rises above the ground, allowing for firewood to be placed underneath. Food is cooked in the pot. Specially made, large and exquisite ding are used in sacrificial ceremonies and other activities. These characters are the metal characters on the ding. What do they mean? My interpretation is, the sun has just risen, just above the horizon, still among the grass. It's early morning. The river at that time is misty, and all of this is in one room like a sauna. Very hot and humid, and they were very tired, as if they had given birth to 3 children. This is making. This is the character ding. This is there. This is children. This is the children's children. This spiral might be a braid of hair or a rope. Very similar to the DNA structure in modern biological science. used to express the endless flow of children. This is forever. This is treasure. This is use. So, to sum up, it is a passage that parents said to their children thousands of years ago. My dear babies, we forged this ding in a hot and humid room, leaving us as tired and weak as if we had given birth to 3 children. I sincerely hope that my children and future generations will cherish it forever. Love, Mom and Dad. Indeed, the children did it, and this ding is still intact today. It's time for lunch. Let's have some mutton barbecue. Okay, let's continue our study. Long after the metal characters period, humans were able to make brushes from the hair of animals like wolves and rabbits. They used black coal and other minerals to make ink. And most writing was done on bamboo. This was because China had an abundance of bamboo. Otherwise, pandas wouldn't have survived here. Confucius, Mencius, Laozi, and others from this period all wrote in this way. China is very big, not like a small country, kind like the whole of Europe. Everyone has their own language, but they can communicate with each other in English. So the writing in different places is different until a man appeared. He unified the entire Chinese region and made everyone use a unified writing system. This man's name is Ying Zheng. You may not be familiar with him, but many people may have heard of his tomb, the Terracotta Warriors. His dynasty is called the Qin Dynasty. The characters he unified is called Xiaozhuan. It was written like this. Xiaozhuan is characterized by its rounded strokes, because it was written with a brush, not a stone. In my videos, I'll call it bamboo characters. The bamboo characters for Ren are written like this. China became a unified great power. Large countries need to write a lot of official documents. Much later, with the heavy workload of officials, the weight of bamboo slips became a problem. And this led to the invention of papermaking. For efficiency, bamboo characters were gradually simplified as officials wrote, and a new script was gradually invented called Li Shu. In my videos, I'll call them official characters. The official characters for Ren are written like this. From this period onward, Chinese characters became very similar to the ones we write today. Many years later, after the Three Kingdoms period, Chinese characters gradually evolved into regular script. Since then, it continued to develop and became the main writing system in the Tang Dynasty. Based on the Chinese meaning of regular script, I'll call it model characters in my videos. Model characters continue to be used today and are what we now call traditional Chinese characters. The change of writing characters is not sudden. Sometimes several writing systems will appear at the same time. Some people use model characters, some use official characters, and some use bamboo characters. It's a gradual process of evolution, just like how some people use iPhone 16, some use iPhone 11, and even some use iPhone 4. model characters are divided into traditional and simplified Chinese. In 1949, Mao Zedong led the founding of the People's Republic of China. After years of war, hundreds of millions of people needed to learn Chinese characters quickly. Thus, the simplification of Chinese characters began. By combining various ancient simplified characters with newly created simplified characters. The process of simplification from traditional Chinese to simplified Chinese was completed around 1986. For historical reasons, such as Hong Kong, which was occupied by the British and didn't return to Chinese rule until 1997, mainland China had already completed the simplification of Chinese characters around 1986. Therefore, Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan still use traditional Chinese, while mainland China uses simplified Chinese. In reality, traditional Chinese characters are the truly meaningful Chinese characters, while simplified Chinese characters has lost much of its original purpose due to simplification. Just like these two Mona Lisa paintings. The first one is like traditional Chinese characters. It's rich in color, but takes a long time to draw. The second one is like simplified Chinese characters. It loses a lot of detail, but it's still recognizable as the Mona Lisa and can be drawn quickly. Each has its advantages. Because the character Ren is simple, so the simplified and traditional characters are the same. If you travel to Beijing, in front of the Tiananmen Gate, you'll see a picture of Mao and two sentences. 中华人民共和国万岁,世界人民大团结万岁. Translated into English, it means the People's Republic of China forever. The great solidarity of all the world's people forever. Both sentences contain the word people, so you can see two人 in the picture. If you turn around, you'll see Mao's Memorial Hall where his body sleep in. If you'd like to visit during your trip, you can schedule a tour using your phone. Also, if you have Chinese paper money, you can see the words People's Bank of China written on it, which also includes the character 人. The character 人 consists of two strokes, 撇 and 捺. From the upper right to the lower left is called 撇, and from the upper left to the lower right is called 捺. Just like choosing P, E, O, L to write people. For today's menu, we'll choose 撇 and 捺. The head and arms are connected into one stroke to a 撇, and the body and legs are connected into one stroke to a 捺. You'll notice a triangle at the end of the stroke. It doesn't stop suddenly. This is calligraphy. You can think of it like the rubber feet on a tripod, making it more stable. This is a vast art form, so I won't go into detail here.
How to write. 撇 撇 撇 撇 撇 捺 捺 捺 捺 捺 撇 捺 撇 捺 撇 捺 撇 捺 撇 捺. How to read. Rank. R. R. Engineer. N. N. R. N. Ren. Ren. Second tone. Ren. Ren. Ren.
Because Chinese characters can be thought of as pictures. each person draws them differently. Therefore, different people have their own unique handwriting styles. So, you don't have to write them in a certain way. These are all the Chinese characters for 人. Okay, in today's video, we learned our first Chinese character, 人. It's getting dark, and it's time for bed. In the next video, we'll continue to observe nature and invent Chinese characters.